Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. Today's topic is border politics. Biden versus Abbott. Is this the new Civil War?
This is 5 Minutes with Mike, our news, our voice, and our opinion. With your host, Michael Beckford. Now stop, listen, and pay attention for 5 Minutes with Mike.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is playing a dangerous game of forceful politics. He is playing a game against those lives that may deal with some of the barbed wire barriers to entry, but an even more dangerous game that is the fact that the law and order Republican governor is directly disobeying an order from the highest court of the land when the Supreme Court in a 5-4 ruling sided with the President Biden administration in regards to the removal of the border barriers by the Abbott administration. These politically defying and charged ignorance to the rule of law will test both the United States federal government and its quote-unquote supreme authority over the border and beyond, and the Texas state government. 5 Minutes Mike is sponsored by Let's Get Published course. Get your book published within the next 90 days or less. Download my course today on letsgetpublishednow.com and type instant promo code WRITE2024 for an instant $249 off my course. Link in the description below. Now, let's get back into the episode. Number one, not only is Greg Abbott defying this federal order, but you have a case where approximately 23 Republican governors are also agreeing with Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, basically going rogue. If any scholar worth their gold looks at the history of the Civil War, they will see that it simply started with an obstruction of federal versus states' rights. Now, obviously, with the more of the nuanced exception of the fact that you had the South wanting to uphold slavery. Number two, a couple Democratic governors and lawmakers are siding with Biden in regards to the Supreme Court order. So here you have a narrative of blue state versus red state, i.e. a bit of a civil war words that can very much translate into a civil war of people. No, I am no advocate of a civil war, and I'm currently in the state of Texas as of this recording. And if such a thing were to break out, I'll be trying to get the hell out of Texas as soon as possible. But number three, because of the fact that I'm here in the state of Texas, I do see firsthand some of the reflection of the border crisis. No, Houston is not a border city. But at the end of the day, the immigration has climaxed all over the entire state of Texas through all of the cities. So I do agree with Governor Greg Abbott that there must be some sort of barrier and or change to reflect this crisis at the border. But I do not agree with his blatant disrespect of basically disobeying a majority Republican Supreme Court that ruled against his initiatives. And to put the icing on the cake, he is using Texas National Guards, which are in fact a part of the U.S. military, to do this dirty work and to repel border agents from doing their work, which is a federal government agency. Now let's take on the church. What's happening at the border is a symptom of a larger trend of what's happening here in the United States. Republicans and those that are anti-black holler at the time about being anti-woke. But I must tell you, anyone that's listening to this podcast and are watching wherever you're watching, that you need to wake the hell up. The Roman Empire fell from within. There are cracks and snares here in the United States that are growing wider than a crumbling bridge. From the U.S. $1 trillion debt to this migration crisis that has no end in sight, that is shutting down democratic cities. Wake the hell up, people. And the sex tool volume. Sex can be used as a powerful tool, an even more powerful weapon. Welcome to the city of Atlanta, where the lights are bright, the scams are steady, and sex is the ultimate drug of choice. The Sex Tour, Volume 2, a novella by Michael D. Beckford, coming soon to ebook, paperback, and audio. Volume 1 of The Sex Tour is available now wherever books are sold. Volume 2, a short story by Michael D. Beckford, is coming soon to Amazon and wherever you read your books. Please hit that like and subscribe button. 5 Minutes with Mike is written, produced, and directed by Michael D. Beckford. All rights reserved. Copyright 2024 by Speak Publishing International and the Michael Beckford Media Group LLC production. Thank you for listening and watching.